What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Haunted Beard. Well, today I want to do another segment of my favorite horror scene. This is going to be my live reaction and breakdown. Today we're looking at one of my all-time favorite movies, Zodiac, and we're going to check out the basement scene. If you have seen the movie, you know the scene. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here we go.
We got a tip that Rick left a film canister here that he told you never to open.
Tip about a mysterious film canister.
Is it true?
Yes.
Did you open it?
No.
May I see it?
Rick took it back in 1972. This tip is how you got it in your head that Rick is the Zodiac.
That and the poster.
The poster.
The poster that Rick drew. The handwriting is the closest that we have ever come to a match.
Rick didn't draw any posters.
No, he drew this one.
Mr. Graysmith, I do the posters myself. It's my handwriting.
I won't take any more of your time.
Why don't I just go and find out when we play that film?
All right, so a few things here. Man, I love the buildup in this scene. First of all, I love just how kind of like innocent and boyish Gyllenhaal comes off really in a lot of this movie, but especially this scene. Like he just can't help himself but just ask these questions. He's so just like giddy, like he can't help himself. And one of the things that sticks out to me about the scene is like, I mean, if you know the scene, you know how it ultimately kind of develops, but like this guy typically, like if you have something to hide, you know, if you're the killer, you're not going to divulge all this information, but this guy is very helpful and is answering Gyllenhaal's questions. However, in answering his questions and giving him information, the more information Gyllenhaal learns, the scarier and more terrifying the situation becomes. And first of all, I love kind of just how kind of really sort of simple that Fincher plays out the scene. There's no music in this entire sequence, which I just absolutely love. There's no sort of artificial heightening of the suspense. It's just played out like a very sort of even kind of simple conversation. And I love the casting with the guy here. And he himself just he looks a little creepy. And so just kind of his performance, and there's nothing overly dramatic about this entire sequence. There's nothing like over the top. I just kind of love how much restraint there is, and it's just simple kind of dialogue exchanges of learning information. It just makes it creepy. And so I also too I love Gyllenhaal's reaction when he finds out that the guy is the one who draws the posters, and you can just see like the gears in his mind churning, like, oh no, like, oh, okay, oh man, I need to get out of here. This isn't good. Just that love, that kind of like that blank expression of him just sort of staring at the poster, but you just know his mind is going a million miles an hour, right? Um, anyway, let's keep going. Here we go.
Look, that's all right.
It's not a problem. They're just down in the basement.
Great shot.
Not many people have basements in California.
I do. Come in, Mr. Graysmith.
Okay, I gotta stop it right there too, because first of all, I just love that shot of him in the background and Gyllenhaal's face, right? As soon as he says, you know, it's like, it's perfect framing and composition, right? Having him in the back being like, follow me down to the basement. And then it's just that realization. Because if you know the movie, they're pretty sure that the Zodiac Killer had a basement, which is something really rare in California. And so just that revelation, again, just a simple, innocent, follow me down to the basement is just this, you know, like arbitrary, meaningless bit of information. But all of a sudden it hits him again. And he's like, it's getting creepier. It's getting scarier. It's just great. His reaction is great. And then I love the shot of a guy just standing in the doorway with the flick of the light switch, just the light coming on, and then he says I do, and like you can catch just a little bit of an echo from down the basement steps, and it just kind of adds this sort of dark brooding. It's really kind of subtle and just a small detail, but something that I absolutely love. And then I love that it cuts back to the reverse shot of Gyllenhaal. You see him here, and he's now just kind of is sort of blocked off and framed the same as the other guy. And I don't know, it's something like he's getting ready to enter in his domain, like he's going into his territory now. And anyways, yeah, okay, let's keep going. Also, too, like, you know, Gyllenhaal is obsessed with solving this case, and it's like he just can't help himself. He has to go investigate.
I always kept for myself. Cheapo knockoffs like you brought today, I end up tossing into the back alley.
Love the lighting in the basement, just great. Nothing crazy over the top, just simple dark with shadows and overhead lights, but it's perfect. I love how he moves in and out of the shadows there.
You live alone?
Most Dangerous Game ran in May '69, so that would be about 9 weeks before the first Zodiac, correct?
He just randomly knows
yeah.
the Zodiac killing, like the date of the first killing.
Do you think
Also
you
creepy.
saw the film in our theater and was inspired?
Are you sure there's nobody else in the house?
Would you like to go upstairs and check?
Oh man, again, just it's the fear and the paranoia, right? Like he's in this old house, he's in a basement. Basements make noises, houses make noises. There's going to be creaks, but the fear and the paranoia is just taking over him, right? And it's just this perfect build. And again, I love how there's no music, and it's just the performance. It's just the lighting. It's just the little sound effects. It's just the creepy, dark, dank basement setting. It's just perfect. Again, I love just the overhead lighting here. It just makes the guy look creepy. But like he really hasn't done anything creepy, but it's just creepy. All right, let's keep going.
No. Thank you. Thanks for everything.
You're welcome.
Catch the teapot boiling here. The sound effect, perfect.
It's locked. Thank you.
All right, we'll cut it right there. Man, just great stuff. I love when he starts, as I said, when he starts going up the stairs, the teapot, right? It just this, again, subtle little thing that's like the suspense is heightened, the kettle is boiling over, right? And it's just this little detail that's perfect. I love, too, that like Fincher could have almost edited this like a chase sequence and cut back to the guy coming up the stairs following Gyllenhaal out. But he doesn't do that, and I love it's almost like you get this little surprise moment when Gyllenhaal's at the door and it's locked, and you're like, oh no, and then he just appears behind him in the mirror. It's not really like a typical jump scare. I mean, it doesn't make me jump, but it kind of almost sort of effectively works like that. I just love that he just kind of boom appears. It's really good. So, man, this scene is absolutely fantastic. It's just I just love how kind of natural it plays out. There's nothing super heightened or over the top about it. You don't need loud noises. You don't need ghosts and goblins and all that stuff. It's just a simple conversation that the more sort of information you learn, the scarier and creepier it gets. And Gyllenhaal's performance in it is great. And it's just a phenomenal scene. It is a great scene from an absolutely great movie. And if by some chance you haven't seen Zodiac, I highly recommend it. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite movies, and this is one of my favorite horror scenes. So, those are my thoughts on the basement scene from Zodiac. Thank you once again for joining me. If you like this video and you like content like this, please consider hitting that subscribe button. This is what I do on The Haunted Beard. It is all horror and thriller movie content coming at you. So hit that button. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you next time on The Haunted Beard.